Students up in the balcony, please, we need to make sure that there's one seat in between you and your neighbor. Thank you. Again, I'd like to kindly ask that there is a seat in between you and the person next to you. People up in the balcony in the name of social distancing. Okay. Welcome, everyone. We're going to get the show going here in just a minute, but there is going to be a part of my welcome in which we are going to greet all of our friends and students that couldn't be with us today, as well as our teachers and administrators. And when you say, or when I ask you to please stand up and wave to the camera, we are going to have everybody rise and wave to camera number 3 over here on the left side from the stage. Okay? Yes. Okay, so when you ask, or when you hear me ask you to stand up and greet our friends back home or wherever they may be, that's the camera that we will be facing, okay? We will begin in just a minute.
If I need a break, if I need a brainstorm, I'll call you one. Yeah. Dude, I'm so sorry. up, SAS? How we doing? So we're back, guys. Welcome back. Before we start, I have a really, really big announcement, guys. Someone very special is going to talk in front of all you guys before everything starts. And who else could that be except for the one and only Mr. Mimnock? Can you please make some very welcoming noise?
Thank you, Michael. And welcome back, Puxi High School, and welcome to the new 2020-2021 school year. We are very excited to have you as this school year unfolds, and we promise that as an administration and as a school, we are committed to make this year as special and as successful as anyone before. We've got a full agenda today. We've got a packed assembly. We've got lots of talent to display, but I just wanted to take a quick moment and recognize that in the spring, we had on average about 150 of you back on campus. Okay? Today, we began Puxi High School with a total of 618. That means about 3/4 of you have not been on campus since January 22nd. And we realize as teachers and as educators that there's a transition, all right? That there's some new routines or old routines that we have to get used to, okay? And that we ask you as students to advocate for yourself, and it's all right to ask questions, all right? Some of us will transition very, very differently than others, and that's okay, and that's okay. We also wanted to take a moment and recognize the 50 students, your peers, your friends, that could not be with us today. We'd also like to recognize the 24 teachers, counselors, and administrators that will be joining us shortly as well. So I would like to ask our grade 11s and 12s to please stand up, greet the camera to the side, and let your friends know how much you miss them. Please stand up.
We miss you.
Thank you. We'd also like to take a moment to recognize our seniors, class of 2021, as they embark on their final year here at Puxi High School. Please give your seniors a big hand. We also have 49 new students joining our high school. And you can only imagine some of the anxiety, some of the nervousness that they might have being new kids on the block, so to speak. So please go out of your way, as you always do. And that's what I love about this school. But please go out of your way and make them feel welcome, help show them around, okay, and make them feel like they're part of the SAS family. So a big hand to our 49 new students in the high school. And if you think they're nervous, all right, we've also got the class of 2024, right? Our grade 9s that are stepping on to the high school campus for the very first time. In the name of Link Crew, do the right thing and show everybody around. Make sure that you're helping out your grade 9s as well, and we welcome them to our new high school family. Round of applause. We also have some new teachers that have joined us in July that will be in your classrooms, that are eager to be working with you as we work throughout this year and make it as successful as it can be. At this moment, I introduce from the English department, Mr. Ben Elmakias, Miss Adrienne Costello, Mr. Steve Lawrence, from our Social Studies department, Miss Sarah Ustis, from our Math department, Miss Mingjun Yu, From our science department and Puxi High School class of 2009, Miss Jessica Chiang. From the Makerspace, Mr. Jason Lowry. And she couldn't join us here this morning, but our new technology instructional coach, Miss Ileana Lowry, will also be joining the high school family. So a round of applause, please. Okay, you guys will be receiving a lot of information about some new programs, about some new systems, about some new support that we will be working together as a community as we really focus on connection this semester. And you will be meeting tomorrow with your groups, grades 11s and 12s, excuse me, will be here. So I'm not going to get into that right now. You guys will be receiving a lot of information as we settle in, as we get into these routines. Okay, and as we become or welcome ourselves and become a community once again. That being said, I will pass the mic off to Michael, the Executive Council, and enjoy your assembly. Welcome, everyone.
And next up, we have Michael Jung.
Hi, yep, that's me.
And you are here for the job position, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So, how are you doing?
I'm good. You want something to drink? Some tea, coffee, water?
What was that? What was that just now? And yeah, water's fine, I guess, thank you.
Well, it's nice to meet. Review your application, and I'm impressed to say the least.
Thank you.
So, I would just like to ask you a few questions, if that's all right with you. So tell me a little bit more about yourself. I'm gonna pass the floor to you.
Thanks, so let me tell you. So a random dude met a random girl, did a random thing and had me. Born in Virginia, my dad still has dip, so I moved here when I was grade 3. I'm running the game like Muhammad Ali. I fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. So yeah, I mean, I've just been here ever since.
Okay, enough chit-chat. What skills and strengths can you bring to this position?
First things first, got a big head, Jimmy Neutron, fast neurons, boots on, suits on, I'ma get that bread like a crouton, ayy. In my own lane like some bowling, cause I am so dumb I do not know where Poland is. Apart from that, I like to think I'm pretty creative, always trying to be innovative. Think outside the box, I be going crazy. Best believe when I perform, I gon' get lazy.
Alright, let me hit you to recap. You say you kinda brainy, trying to go for the Hail Mary, dropping ideas like it's raining. You the sauce god like it's gravy, don't like to do things safely. We be trapping like the... So tell me, what do you do on the daily?
Well, I've been thinking about this nonstop, every day from the first class to the bus stop, brainstorming on my laptop.
Full stop. So, what are you gonna do?
Well, as you can clearly see, I'm trying to make these assemblies memorable. I want to do a game show where the people can win big and bring together our community. Think Jeopardy, think Kahoot with 1 million people, right? This month, mark your calendars. I'm going to do a dating show, call it the Michaelachelor. It's basically The Bachelor, but my name is Michael, so I'm going to call it the Michaelachelor. I'll talk more about this in the future, more details later to come, and a lot more stuff coming in the future too. Now, this might be like low-key spoilers, but I also want to do like a choose-your-own-adventure thing, where you guys, the live audience, can be picking stuff on your phone and voting stuff live for the next thing to happen on the stage. There's gonna be a live chat on the side. There's gonna be voting stuff on the top, like polls and stuff. Like, it's gonna go crazy. I'm trying to go nuts this year.
That's good and all, but what are your intentions? Why do you want this job?
Well, that's a question that I failed to mention. When I was a freshman, I went to a PR session. Ever since then, began the obsession of progression to make this my profession.
Wait, hold up. Sounds like you all big talk, no action. Only post up, no caption. No balls, only batting. You acting tough, but I'ma catch you slacking.
Okay, how can I prove myself?
I've had Obama, Batman, and Dora the Explorer sitting in the same seat saying the same thing you're saying right now. But this year's different. The way that this year's unfolded, we need someone that can reciprocate the craziness. Tell me, are you that someone?
Well, you guys trust me. I'm crazy like the people who put the milk before the cereal. I'ma rebuild the kingdom like it's imperial. Man, a mission, I'm filled with ambition. I kill competition, I get this position. I stack like addition, I'm in peak condition. Switch up tradition, I'm brand new addition. Lit my ignition, ideas of fruition. All gas like emission, it's all intuition. It's like,
If you want this position, you're gonna need my permission.
alright, listen.
This a transition. Here's what I need. I need someone who can proceed and proceed to take on the lead and succeed and succeed.
I'm that man guaranteed I exceed. Leading is all in your feet, go ham, don't recede.
You look like you can't even read.
Okay, you caught me, I might be illiterate, but if you tell me I'm hella considerate.
Let me consider it. The claims that you're making, are they legitimate?
You being ignorant, I like to do things a little bit different. When I focus, I'm super deliberate. Like Amazon Prime, I deliver it.
Respect the confidence. I feel like you hella competent, but don't come in short like a consonant. I await your dominance, but mess up, it's gonna be you facing consequences.
Yeah, you gotta trust me.
Alright. I've heard enough. You got the job.
Wait, actually?
No. Nah, I'm just playing.
I'm ready, just tell me when.
Alright, get your stuff ready, cause you're up in 10.
So, we're back now. You know, it's actually a shocker to see all you guys here. Like, it's crazy to think how much has happened this year that, like, we all still made it, you know what I mean? And it puts into perspective, like, how much can happen in such little time that it kind of just blows your mind away. Keep in mind, like, here, let me just put it into perspective for you, okay? December 31st, 2019. What's going on? We're chilling. It's the end of the new year. 2020 is the vision number. Oh, that's really cool, right, guys? That's really cool. January 1st, not even 24 hours in, Hong Kong protests. Not even 24 hours in, we can't even just like be normal for 24 hours. January 2nd, I forgot the. You know, we all know what happened. It was the it was the Iraqi the bomb, you know, the missile, something like that. Something like that. We all know what happened. It was crazy. It was on the news. You know, we don't talk about that. I don't know, man. This year's really just been nuts. Really has been. I think, you know what's crazy about all this? Especially coronavirus, right? I think, sorry, I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I think, so my mom, she works at Philips Lighting Company. I don't know if you guys know what that is. They make light bulbs and stuff, something like that, right? I came home the other day, and this is a true story. I'm not gonna make this up. True story. I went to my room, right? There's this light in the middle of my room. It's like a rotating light. Birds chirping. It has chirping bird sounds. Chirp, chirp, like the entire time. I was like, Mom, so like, why, right? She said, it kills bacteria. Chirping bird sounds and rotating light kills bacteria. I never understood the whole traditional Chinese medicine thing. I've never understood that. Both my parents, both Northern Chinese, Shenyang, they're both born and raised there, right? And what's crazy is that they both believe so hard in traditional Chinese medicine that it's not even funny. They would actually prefer to go to a traditional Chinese doctor rather than a regular doctor. How crazy is that? Because you never hear the word traditional in front of any other profession, making it sound like normal, right? You don't have traditional chefs, traditional firefighters, traditional pilots. Can you imagine a traditional pilot? Welcome aboard Delta Airlines. This is your traditional pilot, Michael Zhang. Looking at the star sign tonight, if you are a Taurus, please get off the plane because we just don't match, right? It just doesn't work the same way as a traditional doctor does. I don't know. I think, speaking about all of this, though, we have a very special performance. It's not really a performance, it's more like an educational speech. Please welcome I guess not. So we don't have a performance, right? So, you know what, I'm gonna be really transparent. I'm actually really sad today because I've been spending a lot of time. I was working on an Avatar: The Last Airbender thing. It was supposed to be like a 10-minute video, and my file got corrupted last second. I was like, that really sucks, right? And so now I'm kind of up here trying to figure something out. But now it's kind of like messed up my whole day, and I'm kind of don't really know what to say. Yeah, that's my bad. Subbing for me though is Anish Waker, and he has some very special announcements for all of you guys though.
I'm not a PR, so this is probably going to be pretty boring. It's about club stuff that we all love. And it's also about Stuco. And here's the kind of exciting but kind of crazy thing. Speeches are next week, Wednesday. So if you guys want to apply for Stuco, we're going to send out those applications today, probably after this speech if I can remember to do it. But by the end of the day, I promise. And once those are out, please turn those in on Monday. Applications are normal. Just go get them signed by Mr. Mimnaugh, Mr. Murphy, and 2 other teachers. Write down answer those questions, and then you can either do a speech or you can record a video. Send that to us by Monday as well. We'll approve it. Just keep things safe. We don't really have the time to go through every single one. So if there's anything that's explicit in your thing, you'll just get cut. Club stuff will also be up today. We haven't exactly decided a date for that, but it'll be after Stuco elections because Club Fair is coming up at the end of the year. Hopefully, we have our performer on stage soon, because I don't have any good jokes to tell you. Why'd the chicken cross the road? Because we didn't cook it.
Dance. Ever heard of it? We have a Dance Society video we want to play, so we're going to play the video now.
Like a bird with no song, I've been silent so long. I've been hiding my love. I've been hiding, hiding, hiding.
So next up, we have a pretty important announcement from a fellow student, and he's going to be talking about cybersecurity and how important it is.
Hello, my name is Tyler. I'm here to talk a little bit about the importance of information security in general. I find that very often most people do not very much pay attention to their actions and how it impacts their security, mainly for an array of 3 reasons in general. Most of us find that there isn't really any possibility of them being targeted for any malicious intent, or that there isn't anything that could be important that could be stolen, or simply just because we find that, well, no meaningful damage could possibly occur. Today I'm trying to come here to just clear up that a little bit about why our information security is important. So starting with the first thing about why why we think we aren't targeted. More often than not today, malware is already programmed, malicious software is programmed to automatically scan on the internet for targets. They look automatically and they try to propagate themselves automatically to find their own targets. During this entire process, it is entirely automated, and this causes everybody online to be automatically targeted. Nobody is singled out, but everyone is targeted in this process. And moreover, there are currently outside enterprises that are currently dedicated to creating malware and their propagation solutions and selling them on the dark web. So firstly, everybody is probably targeted sometime. Secondly, people often think that nothing meaningful could be stolen from them. This is very much unknown that actually malicious actors tend to try to steal processing power. During this process, they would try to break into computers and try to steal processing power. This has a major impact on your computer's battery life, also slows their performance down to a halt. Thirdly, today, the most terrifying thing is that ransomware is today currently on the rise. Ransomware is becoming more and more prevalent. How it works is that it comes into your computer and encrypts all your files that it can find, as well as all drives that are attached to your computer over the internet, whatever. During this process, your PBLs, your essays, your notes, your documents, your games, and sometimes your backups are all encrypted. And it's very irritating to get them back. And generally, they require a ransom of about $300 worth in Bitcoin. So for this entire process, we can do some very simple things to mitigate this. We can simply make it too costly for automated attacks to be able to target us and to find us and to break in and sidestep our security. So with a few simple steps, we can, in general, help make ourselves more secure. And in general, that is along the lines of get an antivirus. Usually be more careful about what links you have and what programs you run and what you install. If you have anything more you want to ask me about, or is there anything you want to share with me, or think something I made a mistake here in this very bad speech, my contact information should be on screen behind me, yes. And if you have anything, just feel free to ask me or shoot me an email or stop me in the hallway. I generally have like 1 or 2 demos with me at all times, so if there's something you're interested in about, I can probably tell you more in general. And please try to stay safe, and I hope our community does well, because currently scams and malware are on the rise during this coronavirus pandemic. Thank you for your time.
Okay. I'm next. I hijacked the show for a minute. Seniors, I haven't even heard from you today. This is like your shot. Remember when you were in grade 9 and you were sitting way in the back and you were totally embarrassed to be in here because the seniors were loud and obnoxious up front? You remember that? Now you get to be loud and obnoxious up front. Again! Okay, I'm super happy you're here. Eddie, are you awake? Are you awake? Okay. Super excited that everyone is here today. There's a couple things that I need to share. One, if you're a senior, you get a brand new ID today. No more baby picture. Brand new. And you have a special color on the bottom, which denotes the fact that you are a senior. You will not be able to get off campus with your privileges until after September 14. So you're trapped on campus, no off-campus privileges, no ordering lunch. September 14 is off-campus privilege time. Now, that ID, that old one that you have in your pocket, actually for grade 12s and for grade 9s as you're listening, those are no longer valid. You have to trade those in, trade them up for your new ID. I have all the grade 12 IDs. They're sitting over there in a box next to Mr. Mimna. You have to see me to get that ID before you leave school today. So I get to see everybody's senior face. All right? I will be able to pass them out after this assembly, but also you can come see me during the day. I know that there's a lot of kids outside of my office working on schedules. You can just hold up your ID and I'll have you come in and get it. Your old ID will not buy you lunch. So you want to see me before lunch. Same with the 9th graders. You'll get your IDs, 9th graders, at the end of this assembly in the rooms that you're in. Okay, so I covered IDs. I wanted to mention also we're starting this really awesome program this year called Anchor Groups. Some of you might have seen that you've been assigned to an anchor group already by a teacher in Power School. We'll explain this more during your assembly tomorrow, but anchor groups are an opportunity for every single high school student to be in a group of 10 to 12 students with one faculty or staff member here in the high school to have an awesome connection experience. Some of the feedback we got from students from distance learning last year and in the spring and over the summer was that students felt disconnected and teachers felt disconnected. I felt disconnected. Okay, so what we're doing is we're providing an opportunity to connect. They will be grade level, so ninth graders will be with ninth graders, and so on. This is a great opportunity for you to have some laughs and to connect with your peers and to feel like you are at school and a part of something that is really important to you, and that's being an SAS Eagle. All right? Okay, you'll hear a little bit more about it in the assembly tomorrow. Okay, so again, super happy that you're all here. If you're 9th or 12th grade, make sure to get your ID card today, and I'm going to hand it over to Michael Chong. Give it up for Michael.
You know, it's always just me. It's normally just, I mean, the PR is normally on the stage, right? But I feel like there's so much more that goes on behind the scenes that you guys know about, but I feel like we don't appreciate yet. So please welcome the executive team. They're going to talk about the executive team, yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Tanya, and I'm your vice president this year. My job this year is just to be really versatile and help everyone else out in any way I can, and also kind of keeping Anish in check and making sure that I can help lead the team when he's not around. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Rutao, and I am your executive council treasurer. Job is quite self-explanatory. You know, treasurer handled the money, so I will be in charge of most of the club finances, club reimbursements. I'll probably have a very heavy role in the audit system, so if you have any questions about that, you know, just come ask me. Usually available.
Yo, what's up? I'm Eddie. I'm the secretary this year, and my role is basically just providing an agenda for all of execs events, meetings, and other than that, I'm a versatile member of the team. I can help out everyone in the council in various ways.
Hi, my name is Anish Weicker, and this year I'm serving as your president for the executive council. You know, the job description for president, what Han, our beautiful president, and Ricky, who came before him, what they left me was have vision. So I guess the job description is to kind of lead meetings and ensure that I don't become too much of a dictator. And you know, we've had Marxist regimes, and then we've had Han trying to take that apart, and I'll just kind of be somewhere in the middle, and they'll keep me in check. But this year we really wanted to, as Michael alluded to earlier, like put a real heavy emphasis on community, because we've been apart for so long. Some people haven't been on campus in 6 months. So we really want to make it like a great year for everyone and a great last year for the three of us and a lot of us than this inside the PAC today. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I need to introduce myself as well. My name is Michael. I'm your executive PR this year. Looking forward for this year. I do assemblies. That's kind of my job description. Yeah, so thank you. Yeah. You know, if you know, we all ask that. We always get the same question. Can we get the house lights down? Yeah. You know, I think. Well, I'm turning 18 in a couple months, right? I'm currently 17, and we always get the same question as a senior. It's what would you tell your freshman self? What would you tell your younger self? Any piece of advice, any words of wisdom, any pearls or any gems? And for me, what I realized about our community, I've been part of SAS for like 9 years now, and I think the biggest thing that I've noticed in this community is that we are just so terrified of failure. Not failure as in like, oh, I messed up my math test, whoopsie doopsie, you know, not that kind of failure. But failure to use time efficiently, failure to succeed in how you think you should be able to succeed, failure to see yourself where kind of where you want to be, right? And I think that's such a unfortunate, at least from my personal perspective. Obviously, you guys have your own opinions, but I feel like that's very unfortunate for me, because I think the best things that I've done as a high school senior, as a high school as high school student in general, is the stuff that at first seemed like a waste of time. But after doing it for such a long time, I noticed that they were probably the most important things for me. You know, I played a lot of video games when I was a little kid. Pokemon, Legend of Zelda, you have stuff like that, RPGs like that, right? And it kind of messed up my brain. So whenever I see a person, right, I don't see a person with personality. I see like a video game character with like stats and like their class and like their armor. You know, I'm kind of a nerd like that. But so everyone has like a specific kind of stat, has their own journey, has their own story. And seeing someone with such specific strengths and weaknesses, trying to fit into a mold that everyone else is trying to do, is the most unfortunate thing. Because you could be like a mage with like some crazy magic stat, but unfortunately, you're just trying to go into the base thing, and you don't even know that you had like a crazy magic stat, and that's just unfortunate. That's just unlucky. Unfortunate, right? Do you guys know how Nobel Peace Prizes are won? Does anyone know how you win a Nobel Peace Prize? Yeah, you do something great, right? But how do you do something great? That's the big question, right? You start with an experiment, right? And you follow the instructions at like studies, and then you fail. You mess up, and you see, what did I fail? Like, did I mess up? Whose fault is that? If a teacher tells you to do something and you mess it up, whose fault is that? Is that the students or the teachers? You would think it's the students, but in reality, it's the teacher, because there's a pirate. I don't slow down. What I mean by this is that what I'm trying to say, at least I'm kind of rambling now, but what I'm trying to say is that how you win a Nobel Peace Prize, that you start with an experiment and then you mess up. And this is what separates 99% of everybody else to that 1%. And what separates it is you take that failure and you look exactly how did you mess up. And when you mess up, you realize that actually changes something in the field of whatever you're doing, whether it be science, arts, or whatever. And it makes a big change in whatever you're doing, and that's how you win a Nobel Peace Prize. Because it changes something at its core. And I feel like, dude, honestly, like, it's crazy. Y'all are so smart. I didn't even realize how smart everyone is. Like, you know, I feel like, let me tell you, because when I was in second grade, I was still in America. My mom had a wall of like multiplication tables, 1 to 12, dude, 1 to 12, right? And she would point to something, and if I didn't get it right, something would happen, right? But if I got it right, then I got to eat dinner that night, right? It was really, really cool because when I went to third grade, 3LK, Mrs. Cody's class, I still remember everyone in that class probably knew their 1s to 9s multiplication table pretty solid. But I was the only one who could do 12s. And I was like, I'm peaking in third grade. It's crazy. I'm peaking in third grade, right? But the more you go up and high, you reach an equilibrium. When you drop some kind of object when you drop some object with density into a fluid with density, what happens? It hits equilibrium. If there's like a gradual amount of density, right? Same thing when it comes to people and your skill set, right? If I'm peaking and I go really, really hard, you always hit like a wall, right? And it takes a lot of dedication and a lot of self-reflection to really go past that wall and breaking point to exceed what you think was your peak, right? Well, my point is, though, is that with 2020 and how it has become, anything can happen. Pandemics can happen. Riots can start anywhere you want. People can people can just lit on fire on the streets, and it's crazy, right? it kind of puts in perspective how crucial our time is, especially now, right? So if you see something that you've never thought was like worth your time, you see like, oh, the play, oh, soccer, you know? Give it a shot, because those are probably what makes high school worth it. It's the first day of school, and I think that we all want to say hi to our friends, meet up with everybody. So I'm going to let you guys go early a little bit today, all right? So seniors, you guys can go out first. Yeah. Everyone on the live stream, sophomores, freshmen, if you're on the live stream watching, welcome to SAS, everybody. Welcome to high school.